So you recorded the whole album here, bro?
Pretty much, bro. I actually started it when I was living in Christchurch, probably around the year 2002. Just little bits here and there. And then I moved to Wellington, lived for a couple of years and tidied it up there. And then when I actually came here a year and a half ago, I really finished it, man. I just head down, working on it, and released it in October 2007. And it's been out for a wee while now, about 10 months or something.
Yeah, still on the charts.
Still smoking, man. Yeah, it's a slow burner. It's really cool. I released the album quite quietly. Tangaroa was the first single, and I knew that was going to hit the underground. It was quite progressive. It wasn't a top 40 hit, you know, it was all in Te Reo Māori. Did that one, and then, you know, slowly the fans and people started to become aware of it, and then Always on My Mind just went kapow, man, and went to #1, and people went out and bought the album, so it's awesome, man.
Very cool. That track Tangaroa, how it's in Te Reo, you've also got a bit more, like the intros got Te Reo Māori as well, eh?
Yeah, the intro of the album?
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad, Uekaha Taane Tinoro, he delivered the karakia at the start, and it's called the Whakapuake, which is like an awakening. And the karakia was written by my brother, actually, my brother-in-law, Tamiaho. And yeah, it was just a really cool way to start the album off, I thought, by having my dad there. And the whole karakia is sort of, you know, it clears the space, and it you know, mentions about for the listener to open their mind and heart and soul and take in the next hour of music as openly as they can, you know. So it's a perfect way to have the intro to the album, man, having my old man there.
For sure. And were you always going to have a bit of Te Reo Māori on your album?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the main reasons, you know, why I left Salmon Aladub, is that I wanted to push that side of it, and I wanted to experiment with it. And it's cool, you know, and there's a couple of really cool tunes on there that I'm proud of, like Tangaroa, I'm really proud of that. And there's nothing else like that, you know. And I don't know if I can do another tune like that, but I'll try. I've been thinking of doing Tani Mahuta, God of the Forest, and Hine Nui Te Po, Goddess of Death, you know, and just trying to do more things like that. But
that could be a metal track.
It could be, right? What, you reckon you want to sing on it?
Oh, I'll just do like a he in the background or something.
Cool, bro. It's done, man.
So, can you kōrero a bit of reo?
Yeah, a little bit. I understand way more, you know. Of course, my mihi, and little bits, you know. I grew up in Christchurch, pretty much predominantly in a European environment. And my dad's fluent in Māori, right? But he left Waitomo and Kawhia, where he was born, in the 60s to go down to Christchurch and learn a trade, and he became a panel beater. And he sort of worked out that, you know, speaking Māori wasn't really the thing to do back in the 60s. And he even changed his name from Uekaha, which means inner strength, to Bob, because no one could actually say Uekaha, you know.
Ui kei hei.
Ui kei hei, you know. So he changed it to Bob. And that's just the sign of the times. But now he's done a complete full circle. Now he's incredibly amazing. You know, he's teaching, you know, my two sisters are now fluent in Māori, and his granddaughter and grandson are going through kohanga reo and stuff. So it's all there, you know. And for me, it's really interesting because, you know, I'm more expressing it through my art, I suppose. That's the way, you know. And eventually, you know, I'm learning it as I go along. It's and from my parents and from other people who are now teaching me, you know, because I'm coming into a kaupapa Māori world with songs like Tangaroa, etc. I'm having to understand it a lot more and be open to it. So it's definitely a learning curve for me, you know. Yeah. But essentially what I'm doing, the way I approach my art is definitely quite Māori, you know. It's very from within, it's very spiritual, and I understand that. And sometimes it comes from another realm. It sounds weird, but, you know, from tipuna and ancestors, and the way that you pull upon that. So that to me is, you know, that's very Māori for sure.
Very Māori. Even the way you moved out here, you know, to be surrounded by nature, you know, Tāne Mahuta, Haumia Tiki Tiki.
For sure, man. I mean, that the energy's there, the Māori's there. And
we're bringing Māori back.
Bringing Māori back, man. So I'm tapping into it as best as I can, you know, and trying also to stand strong in this environment that we live in, which is predominantly a European world, you know, using computers to make music and using, you know, the business of music, having, you know, lawyers and bank accounts and all that stuff. That's very European. So I'm trying to, you know, getting my grip on that as well. So yeah, it's cool.
You also perform with a ropu kapahaka sometimes, which I saw at Explore Start of the Year, which was awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's something you want to keep doing?
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, that's some next level business right there, man. And the gig you saw at Explore was the first time in New Zealand history that that's ever been done, which is a contemporary artist like myself with my band, which are the members from Shapeshifter, so I got a big up Shapeshifter for that, and TPM, Te Pou o Manga Tāwhiri, Kapahaka Rōpū, and they're all from Narui, Wahia area and that Hamilton area, and basically they were in the Tangaroa video, and we had so much fun and we connected in the Tangaroa video that we're like, what do you reckon we should do this live, you know? And they were really keen to do it, and the whole kaupapa behind it was about the two worlds meeting in the middle. Got the traditional kapahaka world, and then you got my contemporary world, and we meet in the middle to produce this powerful show. And it was awesome, man. I can't describe how amazing that was. And then we did it again at Homegrown. It was off the hook, and you know, there's a few more gigs coming up that we're going to do it, and it's a very powerful show. No one else is doing something like that. And I'm very privileged and honoured to have TPM involved, because they are, you know, an amazing kapahaka rōpū, you know.
Hard out, bro. All I remember was the talk of Explore, man.
Yeah.
It was the thing to be watching.
Awesome,
it was
man.
cool.